In this tutorial, I am going to show you how to read or import data from CSV files. CSV files are comma separated files and can hold very large amount of web data with very small file size. To open a file, we will go to get data option here under this home tab. So this get data option has two clickables. First one is this one with this down arrow. It will show you only the most common data sources, most used data sources with a more option here. If you click on this more option, it will give you a dialog box. So this dialog box you will see. So we have all the data sources over here listed under different categories. If I go to cancel here and if I click on the upper clickable part, then you will directly see this pop up or the dialog box. So you can type here under the search box, you can type here CSV and you will see the filtered out CSV or text file. Also, under this file option, you will see this CSV file. Although you will find it, if you don't search it over here, you will find it on the second option. But if you don't find in this list any of the data source, you can search it over here and you will see the filtered option there. Now you have many categories of the data sources here. So we have different kinds of data sources we can connect to, like file. We have different databases. We have Microsoft Fabric. We have Power Platform. We can connect with Azure. We can connect online services like SharePoint and Adobe and GitHub, etc. We can have other services like a web we can connect to, and LinkedIn Vita or other we can connect. So this is these all are the categories of data we can connect. Anyhow, we have to connect CSV file here. So we will select CSV and we can click on connect option. Now we will select the data set we want to connect with. So I have this America Bank new.csv. I'll click on this file and click on open. Once Power BI reads our file, it shows the preview of the data just like this. And here the limiter is comma, limiter or delimiter is comma. Power BI normally detects the delimiter by itself, but you can always change it to different one you are assigned with. It shows the records based on first 200 records. This actually this data seems pretty clean to me. So there is no need to go to transform data to edit it. Basically, we go to transform data option to edit or clean this data. As this data seems clean to me, I can directly load the data. Or else, if I want to edit this data, then we can go to transform data option over here. It will open a Power Query Editor window, which is actually the separate window from Power BI, but it is a part of Power BI as we have already discussed the same in our introduction video. So if you don't know about the components of Power BI, you can start with the series from the very first video. So as I was telling you that Power Query Editor window is separate from Power BI desktop under the components of Power BI only. So here we have multiple options to transform our data, to clean the data. So we can just go to the editing for options over here, transformation options here, and we can choose close and apply option. As we don't have any transformations required here, so we can directly go to close and apply option, and it will load the data into our Power BI desktop. As it is loading it, it creates the model and load the data. In the rightmost pane, that is data pane, you will see a table connected over here. In terms of Microsoft call it as query. So we don't have any reference to table. In terms of Microsoft call the table as query. So whatever the data we have under this table or under this query, we call it as whatever it is as query. So under this data of pane, we have here our table name and query name and all the fields over here. Fields are mostly like columns. So in terms of Power BI or Microsoft, we call columns as fields. So we have this query name and we have these fields. This is our report view. We can go to the table view here and we can see the data we have in our table. So we can see the data and it shows the table name and how many rows we have inside this table. Also, if you want to edit this data now after loading into the Power BI desktop, you can do that as well. Using this transform data option, you can click on it and you can go back to Power Query editor window and just do the transformations you want.